Okay, here's a simple presentation tip that can make a big difference on how your project is perceived. Basically, we're going to talk about simple payback versus return on investment. First rule of thumb, make sure you define return on investment. I've gone through a whole presentation one time, and at the end the guy says, what's ROI? So let's just compare a basic simple payback project of 4 years. This is often how projects are presented. Hey, it's a 4-year simple payback. A lot of plant managers understand that. A lot of facility people understand that. But here's what the customer actually thinks, and these are actual recordings that we've discovered. First the customer sees the 4 years and they believe, oh, I have to wait 4 years, and they start thinking about this psychologically in not the best way. I have to wait 4 years to get my money back, etc. And then they start thinking, well, how long will the equipment last? And maybe the project will only last 6 years or 10 years, but they start wondering whether the project will last long enough to pay back itself. Or they can begin to start thinking about too many choices, which will shut them down. Then they get into this kind of paralysis by analysis. So this actually happens. I've seen this happen on projects, and we've done surveys to prove it. But let's compare that against the return on investment approach. When people see return on investment of 25% per year, and make sure you put in the per year piece, because that will make a big difference in how this is perceived. But if you can get 25% return on investment, which is basically the same as 4 years, your customer will think, wow, that's more than my 401k, or they might compare it to some other investment, and they might see your project in a very positive light. These are what customers actually thought, and there are a few other small comments, but here's what I would like them to think. I would like them to really think, wow, that's a better return than our company. If your company's only making 10% profit and you can show them a 25% return on investment in an energy project, that may appear to be favorable. And another concept I'd like your customer to think about is, even if I finance this at 10%, I'm still 15% ahead of doing nothing. Finally, and we've talked about this in other videos, there's somewhat of an advantage to comparing this against competition. For example, if your client's competitors are doing these types of projects, at least getting 15% return and staying competitive might be a better motivator. So that's kind of a quick summary of some of the things to think about. I would encourage you to think about presenting projects in respect to what is the return on investment per year, because it might get more attention from some of your customers and help you sell more projects. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll catch you in the next seminar.